I think it's 100% clear to all theme park fans that at this point in time, Universal Studios Florida is receiving the most love out of Universal's Florida parks. And for what reason would this be, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's because of Hollywood Drift. That's right. Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, Universal Studios Florida's newest roller coaster, of course while not being open, is under construction. I'd like to point out a few things here. First of all, this shows that Universal is actually putting some love into this park. Despite receiving so much hate, I find it funny that Universal Studios Florida is now receiving a lot of love. People are now visiting this park more often. Unfortunately, it's just to see construction. Obviously, no one's going on, Jimmy Fallon. But I'm glad to see it. I like how the park's evolving, and I think it's changing into something better. Now, while many theme park enthusiasts may see the idea of a Fast and Furious roller coaster as being something that's sort of random and doesn't do more than accomplishing two things, which is now Universal has an excuse to get rid of Supercharged, and now they have an actual big roller coaster in the park. Yeah, a lot of people don't see the actual reasoning behind this roller coaster and how genius it is for Universal to use it. The coaster is receiving a ton of small talk about how it will help, and yeah, it's gonna be so much fun, it's gonna spin and drift. This is a secret maneuver that Universal is using, and I'm telling you right now, it is gonna be perfect for this park. I'd like to point out something that people instantly miss when they talk about Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, is the skyline. Whenever you walk into City Walk, you see the two parks, Universal Studios Florida and IOA. For IOA, it's the lighthouse and Hulk and all these gigantic structures that attract you to that side of Universal. And for Universal Studios Florida, it's backlots and concrete and square buildings. It doesn't look very good. I talked about this in my Epic Universe video. Parks looks are very important. And for Universal Studios Florida, that's never been their strong suit. Obviously, some of the rides there are pretty top notch, but if you just look at the park, it's not very pretty, especially compared to Islands of Adventure and Epic Universe. This is why this roller coaster is gonna help it a lot, because it prepares a skyline. It really sets the tone for Universal Studios, and yeah, it's a studio-based park, but that doesn't mean it can't look good. The roller coaster is going to help it a lot in that specific way. I also want to point out this will help Universal Studios Florida gain another icon. Whenever they lost Rip Ride Rocket, they lost the fast forward thing on the top of the roller coaster. With Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, this will help Universal Studios now have another icon for the park. I want to switch the tone over to Epic Universe for a second because this is also very important, especially when considering new rides. Epic Universe kind of took the main spot for Universal theme parks, and yeah, people still go to Universal Studios, but not often. Universal Studios really only has Halloween Horror Nights. Besides that, there's not a ton of reasons why people go there. This is especially notable for annual pass holders, as a new roller coaster will bring people back into Universal Studios Florida. This really helps to balance out each park, sort of in the same way that Disney has. I wouldn't say that Disney necessarily has a weakest park. Yeah, I would prefer to go to some than others, but between Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, Epcot, and Magic Kingdom, obviously they're all sort of equally matched out. The attraction lineups are each up to Disney quality, and each of them you're gonna find sort of the same Disney magic. For Universal Studios, you have IOA, which has this amazing Harry Potter land, amazing Jurassic Park land. All of the islands are pretty good, except for Lost Continent, which is, going away, rest in peace. And then you have Epic Universes, which is bleeding out theming. And then you have Universal Studios Florida. It just kind of feels like a step down from all the other Universal parks. And without a main headliner e-ticket, like what Rip Ride Rocket was, sort of, you don't really get that same quality. If I were to ask you about old Universal Studios Florida, and if I were to ask you what were the best attractions there, on your list would be Rip Ride Rocket. Yeah, it was bumpy. Yeah, a lot of people didn't like it, but out of the rides offered at Universal Studios Florida, it was one of the best. This is where Rip Ride Rocket's main problem was held. Rip Ride Rocket it wasn't themed to any movies. Universal Studios Florida is a studio park. All of their stuff should be themed to movies. With Fast and Furious being a huge blockbuster franchise, obviously they want a good ride themed to a good movie, and with Supercharged we never got that. This is the main reason why this ride fixes both of those problems. Not only do we get rid of Rip Ride Rocket, this themeless roller coaster, to no movie, but now we get a brand new roller coaster that's successfully themed to a successful franchise. This makes Universal Studios embrace its own identity more than it has in the past. Now it can be fully a studio-based park, with its main attractions being themed to movies. Overall, this brand new roller coaster is going to help the park in a lot of ways, as I talked about in this video. And despite the controversy between Universal Studios Florida, I think it's rather good. Even before it had Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift, I think this park was good. Anyway, guys, sorry for the shorter video this week. I know it's only 5 minutes long. I will be visiting Epic Universe in a couple of days, and we'll be releasing my first vlog on this channel. I will be going over some updates with the park and whatnot. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button. At the time of this video's recording, we're pushing for 100 subscribers. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys next time.